Underwear is such a normal part of everyday life that most of us don't think twice about it. But have you ever wondered, when did humans actually start wearing underwear? The history of underwear is surprisingly long, practical, and sometimes even fashionable. And depending on the time and culture, what counted as underwear could look very different from what we know today. The idea of covering the body with some form of undergarment goes back thousands of years. The earliest known underwear dates as far back as 7,000 years ago. Archaeological evidence shows that prehistoric people used simple loincloths made from animal skins or woven fabrics. These loincloths doubled as underwear and outerwear in many cases, especially in hot climates. Think of them as the ancestor of both underwear and shorts. In ancient Egypt, underwear was pretty straightforward. Men commonly wore a simple strip of linen called a shendit, basically a loincloth wrapped around the waist. Linen was the fabric of choice because it was light and breathable in the desert heat. Wealthy Egyptians even had finely woven linen underwear, while common people used coarser cloth. Interestingly, King Tutankhamun's tomb contained dozens of pairs of linen underwear, showing just how essential undergarments were, even for royalty in the afterlife. The ancient Greeks typically didn't wear much under their flowing garments, but athletes competing in the Olympics sometimes wore a cloth wrap called a perizoma, which looked like a bikini bottom. The Romans, on the other hand, were more organized with their clothing. Men wore a sublegaculum, a type of linen or leather loincloth. Women sometimes wore a strophium or mammillaire, which acted like an early bra or bandeau. Gladiators, soldiers, and laborers often wore these garments for comfort and modesty under their tunics. By the medieval period in Europe, underwear became looser and more modest. Men often wore braies, which were baggy linen shorts tied at the waist and sometimes at the knee. Women wore long linen shifts or chemises under their dresses. These weren't just for modesty. They also absorbed sweat and protected expensive outer garments from dirt. Linen was the standard material since it was relatively easy to wash, unlike wool or heavy fabrics. In fact, underwear played a big role in hygiene before bathing became common. As clothing styles evolved, so did underwear. By the Renaissance, men's braies had gotten shorter and tighter, eventually evolving into something resembling modern shorts. Wealthy men sometimes padded their undergarments to create fashionable shapes, giving rise to codpieces, which became a bold fashion statement. For women, the chemise remained the foundation garment, often paired with corsets to shape the body. Corsets weren't underwear in the modern sense, but they were worn under clothing to create the desired silhouette. The 1800s brought major changes. Cotton became widely available thanks to the Industrial Revolution, making underwear more affordable. Men began wearing long johns, a full-body undergarment that provided warmth in colder climates. Women's underwear became more structured. Bloomers, loose pants gathered at the ankle, became popular and later evolved into more practical undergarments. The invention of elastic in the mid-19th century revolutionized underwear design, allowing for more comfort and better fit. By the early 1900s, underwear started looking much closer to what we recognize today. Men's boxers and briefs were introduced in the 1930s. Women's lingerie became both functional and fashionable, with bras and panties becoming everyday essentials. The invention of new fabrics like nylon, spandex, and polyester made underwear lighter, stretchier, and more comfortable. Underwear was no longer just about function, it became part of personal style. In the 21st century, which is today, underwear comes in countless forms, from practical cotton basics to luxury lingerie and high-performance sportswear. For many, underwear is as much about self-expression as it is about comfort and hygiene. But at its core, underwear still serves the same basic purpose it did thousands of years ago: to protect the body, provide modesty, and make outer clothing last longer. So, when did we start wearing underwear? The truth is, humans have been wearing some form of undergarment for thousands of years. From simple loincloths in ancient times to the wide variety we have today, underwear has always been an essential and sometimes overlooked part of human history. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you won't miss out on any interesting facts you should know.